Hello everybody, Anne Bryant here, children's author. Welcome to Roll, Read Out Loud and Literacy. Look, sprained my wrist moving boulders from one rockery to another instead of doing my usual typing. I'm talking to older children this morning. I've done a lot of sessions for early years and for Key Stage 1, and now it's the turn of the Key Stage 2 children. And I'm going to start by reading the first book of my series called Ballerina Dreams. This was a 7-book series. I've written lots of series. This one was quite a popular one. And the first book is called Poppy's Secret Wish. The series features 3 girls who all are very, very good at and absolutely love ballet. And the 3 girls' names are Poppy, Jasmine, and Rose. So I found an English copy of Jasmine's book. That was book 2, Jasmine's Lucky Star. But I can't find an English copy of Poppy's Secret Wish. That is a Greek version of it. And here is Rose's Big Decision in Polish. And then here, a completely different front cover design from the Japanese publisher of Poppy's Secret Wish. Look how they open their books that way round. And you read, if you're reading in Japanese, from right to left rather than left to right, and from top to bottom as well. And their design inside is also completely different because they've got a number of colour illustrations. And look, when you go to the back cover, you've got the barcode on the top. We're used to having it like this in England, aren't we? They've got it on the top there. So they think that we're back to front and upside down, and we think they're back to front and upside down, but nobody is wrong. Everybody is right, because you can do what you want, can't you? Okay, so I have got, you'll be thinking, is she going to read it in Polish? Is she going to read it in Japanese? No, I couldn't. I've got a bumper copy, a bind-up copy. It says 3 great stories in one of the first 3 books about Poppy, Jasmine, and Rose. And I'm going to read you from here Poppy's Secret Wish. So I'm starting at the beginning, and today we're going to have chapter 1, which is called Desperate to be Picked. Hi, I'm Poppy. I'm 10 years old and I've got red hair and freckles. I'm the only one with red hair in my whole ballet class. You can't see much of it, thank goodness, by the time I've scraped it back and put on my ballet hairband. I wish I could scrape my freckles back too. That's only a small wish though. I don't mind them all that much really. My big wish is much more important. Why such a worried face, Poppy? Mum was looking at me in the driving mirror. Because I am worried. Miss Coralie is going to tell us who's doing the exam today. What if she doesn't pick me? My heart was doing the little popping thing it does when I'm nervous. Just thinking about Miss Coralie makes me go jittery. I'm sure you'll be fine. She might not think I'm good enough, though. Then you can do it next time. Doesn't matter, does it? What's the rush? Mum didn't understand. She knows I really like ballet. In fact, she knows I love it. But she doesn't realise that it's the most important thing in my whole life. She's got no idea that I have daydreams of being the best in my class and getting specially picked to go to a proper ballet school, even though I know it could never happen in a trillion years. And she doesn't know that sometimes I practice in my bedroom when I'm supposed to be fast asleep. I lie on top of the quilt and stretch my legs till it hurts. I'd like to be as supple as Tamsin Waters. She can do the splits frontways and sideways, and she can also lie on her tummy and curl herself backwards so her feet touch her nose. She's a bit of a show-off, though. Everyone knows that Tamsin is sure to be picked for the exam, and then she'll go up to the next class with Jasmine. But I want to get into grade 5, Mum. I don't want to be left behind because I'm not good enough. It doesn't mean you're not good enough if you don't get picked, Poppy, said Mum carefully. It just means that you're not quite ready and that you'll probably be able to do it next term instead, or the one after. I sighed. That's ages and ages away. We've only just started this term, and anyway, it would mean I'm not good enough because Miss Coralie keeps telling us that it's not only to do with how well we've learned the steps, it's to do with our whole attitude to ballet and how much we practice and what our overall standard is like. Mum was looking very serious. No wonder. There was nothing she could say because I told the total truth, and if I wasn't picked, it meant I wasn't good enough. The end. And actually, it would feel like the end of my whole life. Nobody understands that because it's secret. Well, nobody except Jasmine Ayad. She's my friend from ballet. Thinking about Jasmine made a little burst of words come zipping up my body and out of my mouth. I can't wait till afterwards. Mum gave me a big smile in the mirror. I'd better go home and get on with the tea when I've dropped you off, hadn't I? If Jasmine gets half as hungry as you do after ballet classes, I'm going to have a job fitting all the food on the table. I felt a bit babyish when Mum said that. She doesn't usually talk to me as if I'm a baby. I think she was just trying to keep my mind off this big, important day. But it didn't work. I won't be in the same class as Jasmine if I don't get chosen, you know, I said in a bit of a whiny voice. Miss Coralie might well decide to keep you both in grade 4, as you're so much younger than all the others. She won't keep Jasmine down, I bet. Well, even if she doesn't, you'll still see each other. Only a bit. It's not like we go to the same school as each other. Well, Mum's eyes were darting about now. She was looking for a parking space. I'll just pull in here, love. Now, don't go getting yourself all worked up or you won't do your best. She turned round and gave me one of her firm smiles, as I call them. I got out of the car and ran with my dark blue bag banging against my side to the big, heavy door of the Coralie Charlton School of Ballet. Good luck! I only just heard Mum's voice because of the noise of the traffic on the high street. Then I pushed open the door. The smell of the entrance to the ballet school is the strongest smell I've ever smelled in a building, even stronger than the canteen at school. I don't really know what it is, but it always makes me think about an old castle that might have Rapunzel or someone imprisoned in it. The walls are cold and grey and it's a bit dark and dirty. Your footsteps make a splitching, echoey sound when you run upstairs. I know there's no such word as splitching, but it's the best way to describe the noise. It's a spiral staircase, only with corners instead of bends, and it goes on and on and on. It's lovely when you've passed the first 2 corners and you can start to hear the voices of the other pupils up in the changing room. You can also hear the piano. It sounds plinky-plonky at first, but then it turns into a proper tune when you get nearer the top. It reminds me of a flower opening. Poppy! I leaned over the railing and saw Jasmine coming through the entrance down below. Hi, I called. I'm really nervous. Are you? She nodded, and her eyes looked all black and massive. I couldn't find my tights, and I thought Mum might have forgotten to wash them. Oh no, where were they? She giggled. In my drawer, same as usual. Then her voice went a bit shaky because she was rushing up the steps so fast. I must be going blind. As Jasmine ran, her ponytail swung from side to side and spread out at the bottom like an upside-down fan. I'd give anything to have lovely black hair like Jasmine's. In fact, I wish I could swap looks with Jasmine altogether. Her skin is dark with not a freckle in sight. Jasmine says she'd rather look like me, but I know she only says it to make me feel better. The moment she reached me, she clutched my arm. We can practice for the exam when we go to yours, can't we? The jitters appeared in my tummy when she said that, and they whizzed round and round as we climbed the last few stairs. What if I'm not picked, Jasmine? You will be. You're good. Not as good as you. Yes, you are. I'm not. It's obvious. Well, I think you are. Well, Miss Coralie doesn't. Doesn't matter what Miss Coralie thinks. She is only an ex-royal ballet dancer. I'm the important one round here. We both broke into giggles, but Jasmine stopped immediately. We were nearly at the changing room. Oh no! What? That's the révérence music, isn't it? Jasmine pronounced révérence the French way. It's the name of the curtsy step that you do at the end of the lesson. Her eyes were all big again because she thought the class before ours was just finishing and we were going to be late, but I recognised the music. It's okay, it's their dance, we've got ages. I know I sounded like someone who doesn't ever worry about anything, but inside me the jitters were spreading like mad. I was about to open the changing room door when Jasmine whispered, "Good luck, Poppy." She gave me a thumbs up sign and I gave her one back. Then we held out our hands, pressed our thumbs together, and closed our eyes. We always do this. It's our secret wishing signal. Please, 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 let us both be chosen, said Jasmine. I said it too, with every single bit of my whole body, inside and out. There were quite a few girls getting changed, and one or two of them were eating crisps and doing pliés. Tamsin Waters was right in the middle of the room in a crab position. Hi, Poppy. Hi, Jasmine. How did you know it was ours? Asked Jasmine. Tamsin uncurled smoothly and looked at herself in the mirror. I recognised your feet. Then she arched one of her own feet, and I saw a proud sort of smile go across her face. Jasmine gave me a quick look. We both hate it when Tamsin shows off about how supple she is. Oh no, screeched a girl called Sophie Cottle. I can't get this bump out of my hair. I'll have to start all over again. Sophie's got very thick hair, and it's layered, so it's practically impossible to make it lie flat and stay in place under her hairband. Has anyone got any more hair grips? I handed her a few grips from the inside pocket of my bag and felt happy that my hair is quite long and fine. It only breaks into curly bits at the bottom, so it's easy to bunch up into a bun. Mia, a friend in my class at school, says that where she goes for ballet lessons, they can wear their hair loose if they want. That's because hers is the kind of dance school where they do stage dancing and tap dancing and things, and mine's more of a strict ballet school. Even its name sounds strict, the Coralie Charlton School of Ballet. Students do ballet right up to the age of 16, and one or two of the girls have got into the Royal Ballet School from here. When I'd got changed and done up my shoes really tightly and neatly, I made sure every bit of my hair was tucked right inside my hairband. I whispered, "Shall we wait in the corridor?" Jasmine nodded, and we sneaked out of the changing room. I really wanted to get warmed up before the class started today. Then I'd be able to show Miss Coralie my very best steps right from the beginning of class. That might make her notice me and think I'd be good enough for the exam. I could have warmed up in the changing room, I know, but I didn't want anyone to see me. Otherwise they'd all be thinking, look at Poppy Vernon. She must be absolutely desperate to do the exam. Then if Miss Coralie didn't pick me, everyone would probably stare at me and I'd go bright red and feel like bursting into tears. Are my feet rolling? I asked Jasmine as I went into a plie in first position. She looked at them carefully, then shook her head. Are mine? You never roll, Jazz. I so wish I was as good as you. I'm only good at some things. I'm not half as good as you at actual dancing. Miss Coralie always says you've got lovely expression. She's talking about my top half. No, I'm sure she means all of you. I was just about to say, I bet she doesn't, when I heard the reverence music coming from behind the closed door of room 1. They're finishing! Help! I'm scared, Jasmine! I hissed. And at that very same moment, the changing room door opened and all the others came out into the corridor. Jasmine and I did a quick thumb down by our sides where no one could see. Then we started to line up beside the door. First Jasmine, then me, then Tamsin behind me. Why did you two come out here so early? Tamsin whispered into the back of my neck. I turned my head and mouthed, just did, doing a sort of shrug at the same time. Everyone knows you have to be in a silent line, ready to file in the moment the other class have filed out. The girls from the class before us came out looking hot and a bit pink. They didn't talk as they went past us. Miss Coralie doesn't have a rule about that. It's just better to wait till you get into the changing room. Then you can talk to your friend about how bad you were or how you didn't understand something. I noticed that Jasmine was standing in 5th position. She always looks like a real ballerina. I tried it out, but I felt stupid because it doesn't suit me and my body, standing like that. That's because I haven't got such a good natural turnout as Jasmine. In fact, I haven't got such a good anything as her, especially brain. When we do a sequence of steps, Jasmine can remember it straight away, but it takes me ages. I suddenly realised I was standing between a really brainy girl and a really supple girl. And what am I good at? Nothing, except expression, and I'm sure that doesn't count half as much. It had probably been a waste of time getting warmed up extra well because Miss Coralie would never pick me for the exam. I was so fed up. I felt like turning my feet inwards, rounding my shoulders, sticking my tummy out and dropping my head onto my chest. Come in, next class. That was it. The moment had arrived. I stretched up tall, pulled my shoulders back, and made a wish. Please, 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 let me be picked. And that's it for today. I'll read the next chapter tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.